If you're looking for a show that has formal interviews with few things you can relate to, then this show isn't for you. This is the On the Air podcast starring you, the OTAP Show. What does OTAP stand for? Well, we kind of just told you. These are informal interviews with people from all walks of life, talking about experiences you can relate to. Share in all of the laughs with real stories from real people. Find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Android users can listen on the free Podcast Republic app. Now, get ready for this week's episode. Here's the OTAP Show with your host, Corey.
What up, everybody? It's your boy Smooth Over, a.k.a. Real Ghost Fight.
Hey, this is Nikita, a.k.a. Jakari Star.
Yo, what's good? This is your boy, Bob.
This is Kaya, a.k.a. Black Honey.
Hey, folks, this is Corey, the host for Metal for Brains.
Hey, girl, she's so pretty.
This is Greg, the infamous Louise like Turner.
Kicking it with the homie Corey, a.k.a. The Real City. Now you're listening to On the Air podcast.
And you're listening to the On the Air podcast.
The On the Air podcast.
The On the Air podcast.
This is starring you.
Starring you.
Starring you.
Do you know what today is? It's his anniversary. It's his anniversary. Wee. Hey. You get it right. You get it right. Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Okay.
Birthday to you. OTAP Show. OTAP Show is one. Oh, yes, it's a baby. It's a little toddler. It's a toddler. Yeah. I'm like, people listen to this like, who are these people? What are they? Who is this? Right? It's your girl Mo, and we here. Yeah, cheer. And we here. Look at me. This is how I really want to open up our podcast every time, but we professionals. So I was on the OTAP Show, episode number 22, featuring at Miss Henry Baby. What up, y'all? It's short message service. We out here. Bum, 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 bum.
She even brought
Shayla?
the damn horns. Okay.
This is Shay. I was on OTAP Show as well. I think I was episode 23, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. If I was 2-3 Jordan episode, that was me.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you
that was
gonna
me.
say that. I knew.
So if you were wondering who the wonderful voiced girl was on episode 23,
Oh, Lord.
that was I, Shay.
It is I.
It is I. It me. Right.
It me. And this is Shubes, episode 24. So Kobe.
Kobe.
Okay.
Retired.
This is cool. So you guys get real professional on your show and want to come on my show and act the ass. I get it. I see what's going on here.
I don't think this is acting an ass. This is real talk. This is real shit.
Right, exactly. So first thing is I am really glad to have y'all on my show as a unit, as a podcast, and I couldn't think of another group of people that I would rather commemorate the first year of my show with. So that's when I hit up Mo and was like, let me see if they would do it. And so here you guys are. So to kind of set the tone for what you, the listener, is going to expect it. So I'm going to kind of kick back and I'm going to let them grill me, and they're going to grill me about the show and whatever else they want to do. I have challenged them to try to get me uncomfortable and out of my seat because I'm always in the comfort zone. So we're going to see how well they do that. So I appreciate you guys.
First of all, you're going to stop saying grill so much because that just made me think of chicken and ribs and barbecue. Right. You always talking about grill me. I'm like, no, we're not finna grill you and eat you up. Like, okay, bro. Right. I'm just also very hungry. Whatever. I'm gonna say I did have some grilled pork chops for dinner though. They was fire. Which I had some more. They was fire.
Yo, before we get started, let me tell y'all what just happened to me. Like, so we had to kind of I had to wait for you guys to call me back. We almost never got back to this point because I'm like, so I just signed up for the new domain name for my mailbox with Google. Mm-hmm. So now it's at OTAP Show. Right. So the email is Corey at OTAP Show. So I'm like, all right, well, let me do something while I'm waiting on them to call back. So I'm setting up the profile. And so it's asking for the birthday. So I'm like, well, let me just put the show's birthday because it's primarily this, which would be April 24th, 2015. So I do that. Why does it lock me out and tell me I'm not old enough?
Right.
That's what I was gonna say.
But that's not even it.
Oh, that's not even it.
That's not even it. They make you pay to get back in.
Oh wow.
So listen. So I'm like, so I go back in and I'm like, well, let me just because it asks you to put your birthday again. So I put my real birthday, October 23rd, 1984. So I put that in there, and it kind of gives you this screen like. Yeah, right. Prove yourself. so it asks you to do either upload a photo ID.
Oh wow, Gmail asks.
Or you can pay 30 cents, which they put in quotations. This goes to charity so that they can verify your age.
So you just paid 30 cents to do this show for everybody.
Yeah, that's
30 cents on top of the other thing.
That's their 30 cents. Well, I guess you're right. I guess it is.
That's dedication.
Right.
That's dedication.
But
they wouldn't have got 30 cents out of me. Not playing.
But that's what y'all worth. That's what y'all worth to me.
Y'all got it.
Y'all worth to me.
Y'all got it. Couldn't be me. I need my 30 cents. Can't relate.
What if I had a 30
cents? That's hashtag y'all. Hashtag save though.
It would have been doubly sad if I didn't have my 30 cents because it's like, damn, you really broke. And then it's like, damn, you really broke and you can't get into your show.
How would you have texted us? So
wait. Your Man Crush Monday had to pay for a free.
Your MCM couldn't get his free email account. He couldn't pay, boo.
But that's y'all's fave, though.
Your man a bird.
Your man a bird. Your man a bird. He getting locked out of his own show account.
I can't get back in, embarrassed you. Dang, Corey, you're embarrassing us already.
So that's the kind of day I'm having.
He told the internet he was 1 year old. Then he was like, nah, I'm lying. And then he went,
yo.
And then we was like,
oh my gosh.
And then,
it really got me. It really got me because the page, when you put it in at first, it's like a real colorful page. And when you go to put in your birthday again, it gives you like this real bland ass page. Like, yeah, right.
That's hilarious.
It irritates me though. Like, did they really think a 1 year old was that smart or dumb or smart?
That's what,
like, if a 1 year old is smart enough to get through that, then like, what?
Google, you tried it.
You tried it.
Gmail tried it.
You really won. So pay these little 30 cents. Like,
tried.
Hard ass kid don't have access to 30 cents. Then, but okay, what charity did it go to? What charity did it go to? Did it say what charity?
So it didn't say. So I'm gonna look that up after the show.
Hell no.
I need to know what.
Right now.
I need to know what that 30 cents
went to the Google Doodle.
I want right. I want to know how that went to the employee snack donations.
Exactly.
Hopefully it went to that.
They get to get snacks every week at the
right.
The Google.
They didn't put it towards this Doodle. They can put it towards the Doodle scholarship for real because I think a little black girl won that this past time, right?
Oh really?
With her natural hair doodle.
They did was really beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, it was gorgeous. Yeah.
This weekend
she won that. She came through. I was like, yes, go.
Was that not Black Women History? What year? What week was that?
That was last month, I think.
I was like, yeah, I was within the month.
It was like last month.
This month? Okay.
Women history.
This recent time in Black women.
Okay. Let's
wow. Okay.
Embarrass you,
Corey. Okay.
And this is really how y'all are on y'all show. This is really how you guys act. Just like
we
that.
don't know no better. We don't know anything else.
I mean,
but first of all, so you came on here acting like everybody knew who you was. Who are you, Corey?
Well, they've been hearing me for like the past year, so I would hope they know who I am.
Who are you?
Who you
no,
is?
You interview other people. Who are you?
All right.
Who is you?
Who is you?
All right. Well, my name is Corey. I happen to have a podcast. It's called the OTAP Show, and I interview people like yourselves.
What you interview us for?
Figure out what's happening.
About what?
Whatever you got going on. We found out you like to drink water. Shayla can sing with me, and we just got Shubie back to cussing. So,
Did we get Shubie back to cussing? Shubie,
I had Shubie cussing on my show. Like, yeah, like she was. What I forgot what I had you say to me. I'm tired of your fucking shit, Corey. Yeah. but no, jokes aside. So what I do on my show, I just interview any and everybody, and I tell people because the idea is that everybody has a story, and everybody doesn't think that their own personal story is interesting, but everybody wants to hear about everybody else's story. So I want to create a platform where I can get that out. So no two interviews, like from week to week, they're not going to be the same because they're tailored to the person. And I always find out something, like I'll have some things that I want to know about. And it'll get to a point in the interview, it's like, I don't want to know nothing about what I just got wrote down. I want to hear all about you and this and what you have going on. And so it's been a really cool thing for people to listen to and kind of really get an idea of what they thought they knew about a person and find out otherwise that, oh man, I didn't really know, or I thought this person was an asshole, and we kind of really think alike in this. So that's the true magic of the show, is to kind of give people an idea of other people and what they're going through in their lives.
I like that. You kind of actually touched on something that we noticed as we went through a series of your interviews, right? I think, Shubie, you kind of touched on it. I had mentioned, I was like, some of these people, like I've only seen.
Oh, yeah. That
saying?
Some of them are what you would call like rabble rousers, problematic. Like they definitely have
Polarizing.
a story that it would be good to hear their side of the story.
Or like, I don't want to.
In a good way.
Yeah, I don't want to say like the misunderstood, because if they don't claim to be misunderstood, then that's fine. But like people that, are, like you said, like that you may have this preconceived notion or this opinion formed on whatever you've heard, and you get to hear their side of the story. I think that is definitely like what we were noticing, Corey, is that that's who you are drawn to in your interviews, actually. Most of the people that you do have that kind of thing where they have a lot of people who feel a certain way about them or how they tweet or the things that they talk about, kind of like a rabble rouser on Twitter. I think this is where.
And the thing is, like, I use Twitter as like a feeding ground because there's a lot of people, a lot of different personalities going through, and it's just sort of, it's easy, but I don't, and I've been trying to give it like a second thought. I don't want it to ever come across as just a Twitter thing, mostly because I don't want that stigma that goes with it, because I want to interview, like there are celebrities that I want to interview, but it's like, well, they probably have a Twitter also. I just don't want people thinking that they have to have a Twitter or that you have to be this certain type of person or I have to have this many followers to be on the show, because you don't. Really, I think I could do this with just about anybody and find something interesting with them that other people will want to hear or learn from. Because that's another thing, like people drop gems in these interviews all the time, and I'm sitting here like, whoa, like I didn't even think about it like this, and that's like stuff that I'm learning as I go. So I don't want it to ever just be boxed into just one thing. But there's a part of me that's like, why don't I make it a niche like that? So I don't know, but I just want people to understand that it's more than just this one thing. Like it's so much more than that.
Interesting. Okay, so you and you said this a lot in conversation also, but every show is different. Everybody has their own tailored, personal, customized, on the air podcast show. But I think each of us are going to have a question for you, and then we're going to get into our segment of quote unquote grilling you. There is, in my opinion, a part where you can find commonalities or like underlying like themes or congruencies or whatever across all your shows. So you stuck to that. This is a customized episode for everyone. What is something that you notice is the same, or something that you've noticed that everyone talks about, everyone at least touches on, everyone says, a theme that everyone feels a certain way about, or anything? Have you noticed anything? Because there are. Okay, and what is that in all your interviews?
And every interview I've done, including you all, is they never feel like they have anything to talk about, or why would anybody want to hear about what I have to say? And then,
everyone has said that to you.
Everybody, in some form or fashion. And what happens is a lot of times they'll sort of get like sort of scared. And then I have to and then sometimes with those people, I'll just send them an episode, let them know that we have fun over here. But the main thing is nobody really feels like anybody else wants to hear what they have to say. Or they'll say something like, well, yeah, I would do it. I don't know how interesting I am, or I would do it. I'm not all that interesting, but yeah. And then I have to tell them, all I need you to do is just show up. Leave everything else to me. And then when we get into the interview, you can't get them to stop talking. It's the fun.
all your interviews 3 hours long.
Now the real comes out. All my interviewees won't shut the hell up. They're talking too much. They say they don't got nothing to say, then they talk too much.
I gotta set up a whole 2 to 3 hours.
That's kind of how it goes. Like a lot of times, sometimes I'll edit out some of the things and to kind of keep it condensed. But some of them are just so fascinating where I have to make it a part 2 for it. And that's only because I'm trying to be respectful of the attention spans of people that are listening to the show. So, yeah, that's typically how it goes.
Okay, so you just shaded everybody. That's fine. Go ahead.
No, I didn't.
No, that's fine. Go ahead. No, you got it. Shubie, you had a question?
Didn't mean it like that.
I'm just teasing.
Man, I'm gonna have mad evil mentions now. Watch.
Oh my goodness. Okay. My question is: were you nervous? Like thinking back on when you started this podcast, were you nervous? Were you scared that no one would listen, or did you just feel like I have something to say? I don't care if anyone listens.
I'll say this. I'll answer it in 2 parts. I'm nervous before every episode. I still am. Just like that. Usually when I'm waiting around trying to hit record, I could have hit record maybe like 2 minutes ago. I'm just trying to get my wits together about it because I want it to be a good product, and I don't want to ruin it for the person that I'm interviewing. But when I first started doing it, you want to reach out to people, and you want to have your show far-reaching. I never really thought of it being far-reaching necessarily for my sake. I think I experienced success by proxy of that. I want it to be far-reaching because I want your interview to be heard by other people. I want other people to really get into what you're saying. But when I sat on that for a few months before I actually did the interview, start doing the podcast, I'm sorry. And so I kind of had to change my mindset because as long as I thought like that, it was never going to come out. So I had to decide, like, all right, I'm going to do these interviews for me because these are things I'm interested in hearing and I want to hear about this person. And if other people listen, that's cool too. And so when I approach it from that standpoint, if I have a week where not so many people listen as I did in the other weeks, then it doesn't really sting as bad because it's a success because I put it out and I can go back and listen to it at any point.
Right.
Okay. That is true.
That's really cool. I like that thought process.
Shay, you had a question, baby?
I do. I also have a question for you, Corey.
Okay.
I wanted to know who would be your dream interview if there was one person that you had all the access to that you could interview. Who would be your dream interview and what would it be about?
Oh wow!
Great question.
There's a few, but I think most immediately would probably be the Humans of New York guy, the dude that takes those pictures on Instagram.
That's a good one.
Oh, that is a good one.
That's a really good one.
Because
he kind of has the same. Go ahead, sorry.
Exactly. We kind of have sort of the same approach, right? So he goes around New York and just takes pictures of random people and talks to them, and then they give him these amazing stories. And I go around and I kind of just interview people, and they give me these amazing stories. I would want to interview him and have him on that stage.
What's his Twitter at? That's awesome.
I have it somewhere. I got to find his email. I thought I had that, but
I hope you get him on this show. That would be
awesome. Yeah,
I bet you guys would be very similar. I bet you guys would have very similar personalities.
If you took the personality
to get people to just like be so open to you and you know tell you just like their life story off of just like you asking a question. You have to be very open and personable for that.
Yeah,
you have to come across as somebody who actually really cares what the fuck you're talking about.
We don't all have that, Cora. I'm gonna tell you right now. We don't.
Right.
No, I think that's an excellent point, Shayla. I was going to mention that as I'm listening to you talk about how you do your show, this show is now you are on the air podcast, Corey. Yeah. This is you. So you have all these elements like, okay, how am I going to make this interesting? Tell your story, do that. So now you're in the seat. So now you need to do that. How are you going to get the listeners to listen to you and care about what you have to say? What about people that don't really care what you have to talk about or don't really care for your tweets or don't really care for what you do? How are you going to get people to say, hey, you know what? At the Real Shitty, it's a cool dude. Let me see what he has to say. Let's see what his interview is about, right?
Okay.
Because this is you.
Well, I think the thing is this, right? So I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. I haven't been told no really by anybody, but I've had people that have said, yeah, they'll do an interview, and I haven't done it yet. So I kind of got like a little petty list of people that more or less rejected it because I feel like at some point they're going to want to do an interview anyway. I feel like if I can just reach just one person and they're like, okay, this is really interesting and I like what he had to say, and that one person just mentions it in passing to someone else, maybe the masses doesn't listen to it the day I dropped the episode or even the week that I dropped the episode or even that month. But if they hear it in passing enough, if it's just enough to be like, oh, I've heard of that, then I won. Because now you're thinking about it, right? And then if you hear it enough times, maybe you hear a clip of it somewhere else because social media is just amazing. And then you hear something that's interesting and and it just makes you want to tune in. Now I got you. Now you're listening. And so it's kind of a lot of people look for it as a, it's going to be a quick fix. I'm going to drop this episode and it's just going to flood. It doesn't work like that all the time. Yeah. You'll notice your listenership grows over time. And so I just kind of focus on that.
Right. Ladies, I think we've kind of experienced a lot of what he's just talked about,
Definitely.
With our shows. I actually, still to this day, the most listened to episode is our first one, honestly. So I think we hit really hard, really quickly,
Right.
And then we've kind of like plateaued, but it's still like a really high listening rate.
Oh yeah, I think that we have a core audience, and then on top of that, I know that that Mo, you've gotten a lot of this feedback that people felt that we've kind of grown and our message has gotten a lot more clear. Which I think we have a lot of fun episodes and we have serious episodes, but I think people are starting to understand who we are, which is exciting.
Right. And I think that's another thing. Sorry, Shayla, go ahead.
And I was just saying that is exciting. That I do get excited about that when I see there are people who are like regular listeners, and every 2 weeks when we drop an episode, they're like talking to us about it, and yeah, girl, we can't wait for the new episode. And it's just good to like have those regulars. They just make you realize that people are listening to what you put out.
See, I feel like I'm missing that. Right?
I was just about to get there.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, Corey. because
My bad.
I think I want to say one more thing because I want to add this into what you kind of see when you look at your statistics on your episodes. Because I think I asked you that before. Like another thing with what Shubie just said about the fun and serious, I was actually telling someone I didn't even realize, but we do. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but we kind of categorize our podcasts into are we doing a fun one or we're doing a serious one. And I think it's cool because it makes it easier to like set a kind of a tone initially. But a lot of times we have such a good mixture of both things. Like we know how to talk about very serious things and lighten it up a little bit. We know how to talk about very fun, frivolous things and point out the serious things in it.
Definitely.
And so when we talk about people getting to know us and understand us, I think people see that. And I wonder if you get that because you have a different person every time. And so your following can't really be like, oh, people are starting to get to pick up on what we usually do because your we changes every single time,
Right.
Or people are starting to pick up on what we talk about now. That changes every single time. So tell us a little bit about how that works for your show, how you know that your show is doing well or not doing well, or lots of listeners, or what people like, what conversations people like most and why.
I make a point to, at some point in the show, make sure that before they leave the show that they've had some kind of fun. So I don't really know how serious my episode is going to be unless I know I'm going at someone for a serious topic. Like when I interviewed the young lady and she had brain cancer, and then I interviewed the guy and he had Hodgkin's lymphoma. You know what I mean? So I knew those episodes were going to be a little more serious just because of the content. But I wanted them to be sure they felt like, well, I'm more than just my cancer. So if you notice towards the end of each of those episodes or some point afterwards, I make a point to talk about something completely unrelated because I want my listener, while yes, this is serious, this is still another person. Like they're not handicapped and unable to have fun. This is just something how they got through what they're going through up until this point. It's as far as like what my listeners like. I mean, I just the feedback I get back is usually just on the lines of, this is a great episode, or I really learned a lot from that person. So if there's something where it was even sort of groundbreaking to me, then it's usually groundbreaking to my listeners, and that's the kind of feedback I get. One of the things that sort of like kind of bothers me is I worry about not connecting with my listeners because I'm interviewing other people. And yeah, they're getting to know those people. So I make a point to try to give tidbits of myself and my personality and crack jokes. But I think you guys have a connection with your audience that I don't have yet. Like, for instance, if you guys ask, send out an email or something, or you guys ask, email us about this, you guys will probably get some hits. That only recently started happening for me, where I would, put out a tweet that says something like, email me your sex and relationship questions. We'll answer them on the show or something like that. That only recently started happening, where I recently started getting feedback from that. So I'm still trying to figure out how I can, and maybe I have connected with them. I mean, the listenership is there. I see it in the numbers, but maybe I have. Maybe it's just in my head. I want to build a stronger connection with them because I want them to trust me. When they think of the OTAP show and they think of interviews, I want them, the first thing they think is, yeah, this is going to be something that I'm interested in listening to. But the challenge is having them listen whether it's someone that they're interested in or not. And I think that's where I come in. I think that's where I come in at.
No, I think as you were talking, I was like, well, that's another thing that you could look at it as maybe hindering or just like an obstacle that you could overcome. Because I know, like, honestly, as I'm a listener of the OTAP show, and if I'm not interested in that person, I'm like, okay, well, I'll see what they tweet about, what they, what the paragraph about them looks like. But I'm usually drawn to people that I'm interested in, or people that hey, you know what? I've seen them tweet a lot, or I like their story. Let me see what that is. So yeah, like it might be hard for you to develop like that trust Because as soon as the show is over, well, then I'm like, yeah, well, that's it. That's all I get from that person. And that's why I trusted you and that.
I just got to get back to speaking more in the beginning of my episodes. So I listen to episodes. I listen to other people's shows, and I pick up things from them. Like, for instance, my partner B. Like, I listen to his shows, and a lot of his in the beginning, he's talking about things that's going on with him. And just like he's just at a table letting you know.
Well, I'm sorry. Does he do interviewing as well?
His format of his show is basically just things that are going on in his life and current events and things like that, and it's usually just him. But he'll bring on other people. But one of the things that I picked up from his shows, is that he gives himself and he just talks about things that are going on with him. So I've started, I kind of got lax on a little bit, but I've started kind of incorporating pieces of that in the beginning of my shows. Like, there are a few episodes, if you go back and listen, where it's sort of just me talking to them, things that are going on with me or things that I've seen that are interesting, and then I'll get into my interviews. I've kind of just gotten a little bit lazy and haven't done that, but I think that's an excellent way of connecting with your listener, because they are, okay, well, he said he was going to do this one week, and then later he comes back with an update of, oh, okay, cool. You know what I mean? It's little small, frivolous things, but it matters and it works.
Well, this is your... Go ahead, Shayla.
Oh, no, I was just agreeing that it does matter to kind of stay in touch with your, I won't call it your fan base, but your viewers, your listenership.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is your chance, Corey. Everything you're saying, you have a chance to do it right now. We're not the most expert interviews. I'd say we're pretty damn good. We've had a few people on our shows. So, I don't know, ladies. We usually just start off. Let's get to know Corey. People hear you all the damn time. Every damn week they hear your voice. But they don't hear about you, right? They don't hear who you are. They don't really get your initiation of conversation, what you got to offer to the world or whatever. So we've had you on the show before. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you remember the 3 things you said, but I guess this will be a good test for you to see if you repeat the same 3 things you said last time you were on our show. What are 3 things about you? And I think, Shayla, you have the word too. That kind of encourages like a broader...
Wow, like y'all really
quirky
put me on
habits.
Quirky habits, like...
I don't remember
what are
talking
3
about
quirky things about you?
Show.
We hear you every week, Corey. You got to give us something. Give us something different.
Give us 3 quirky things about you, Corey.
Wait. So wait. Is this a test to see if I say the same things before, or y'all really want something different?
Both.
I'm feeling. Shit. Okay. Mm-hmm.
I think these are senses of a little bit of discomfort, guys. I think we're working.
Whatever. No, it's not even so much that. It's so much has changed since then. So those things might be a little different.
What happened? What's happened since then? When that show come out? When did that show come out?
All right, 3 quirky habits. The habits, right? Habits. Things that I do.
Okay, wait. So this is a confusion. I don't think we said quirky before. I think we said 3 things about you. But go ahead and give us quirky things as well. So give us 6 things.
Right.
Oh shit.
Yeah, just tell us some things about us that you want us to know. They can be regular, they can be quirky, they can be serious, whatever. You just tell us. You speak on you, Corey.
At least 3. I threw in.
This is your show.
Right. And you always want people to be able to feel comfortable giving themselves, and they have something to say and give to the world. Your turn. Let's do it.
Wow.
It's your turn.
3 quirky. All right, so let me start off. 3 quirky habits. I smell food before I eat it. Like, I take the food and really put it to my nose and smell it before I eat it. And it's weird because, like, if let's say Shubie, you gave me a plate of food to eat, and I smelled it, it wouldn't be uncommon for you to sort of be offended, like, why is he smelling my food? But it's not you. It's totally 100% me. I can't eat something that don't smell right.
Right. That
What I'm-
That's true.
I'm weak.
what I'm
Very
trying
fair.
to do, I'm trying to build a bond between me and whatever it is I want to eat. And if you just allow me
Oh Lord. Build that bond.
that 3 or 4 seconds where I take that whiff, then it's good. This moment
This
is
is
only
real
gonna be
inappropriate.
God.
This is very interesting.
Oh my God.
This-
Corey be taking a large whiff right in front of the
He
chef
does.
and be like, oh, no, this don't smell right. Ain't gonna be able. Ain't gonna be able.
sniff some rice up your nose trying to smell that damn hard.
Listen,
I don't like
this
this. I don't like the smell of this potato
I don't
salad. Who
like
made
it.
this potato salad? I ain't with it. I ain't with it.
when I'm taking that whiff, this moment is only gonna be as awkward as you make it. So if you don't say
Oh, my
anything,
God.
it's cool because you gotta understand whether you like it or not. This whiff is gonna happen.
This whiff is gonna happen.
This whiff is happening. The whiff is in the making.
Like, how close do you get? Like, do you get a little bit on your nose, or like it's like a half an inch?
Like I don't really like nose it. You know what I mean? Just enough to where I can get I can feel some steam or something. You know what I mean?
A good deep whiff. He gets close enough for a good, nice deep whiff.
You gonna smell the
puts
bottom
his
of the
nose
plate
in it.
table too.
Yeah, he be sticking his nose in that
Puts his
thing.
whole face in it.
Meow, getting a whiff. Getting a whiff.
Get a whiff.
Okay.
You can make anything inappropriate if you add yow behind it.
Exactly.
We didn't have to make it like that. My bad. Sorry.
It's not entirely inaccurate. So I mean,
no. So the only reason that's weird is because I feel like the minute you said that, I was like, the food I cook or the food that I usually eat, like you can smell it like in the room, like you smell that shit,
right?
Like, period.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, but like by the
you
time
like
the smell, like when the smell leaves the kitchen. But like it's all kind of stuff that could contaminate that smell between the kitchen and where I sit.
That's fair. No, that's fair. Definitely.
So I got to get in an unfiltered position.
Okay. An unfiltered position.
I'm getting 100% purity.
100% up the nose. Got it.
Purity all up the nostril.
Nothing. I don't want to smell nothing else but that food.
We got it. Purity. Okay.
Okay. Next one. All right.
So the next quirky thing that I do. Let me think. See, this is hard because until now I don't think that it's quirky. Because what?
Because you boring as fuck? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, that's absolutely not what I'm trying to say.
Stupid.
I'm as a matter of fact, I'm entertaining as fuck. Okay, that's why it's hard.
Talk your shit. Talk your shit.
Oh, I got one. I find it very hard for like if you in a car and you pull up next to me, I cannot look over in your car. I just cannot do it. I don't know what that is. I have tried, and I don't really get the full 180-degree look over, like to the left, but I'll look maybe like at 45. I hope my peripheral catch it. I cannot look over in your car while you pull up next to me. I don't know what that is.
On the left-hand side or the right-hand side or either side?
Usually it's the whichever side. Actually, no. Now that you mention it, it's harder for me to do it if I'm in the driver's seat. I can probably do it if I'm in the passenger seat. I don't know why. But like if I'm driving, I can't look over in your car.
Interesting.
I don't. It's a weird anxiety now that I think about it. I don't have anxiety about you pulling up, but if I turn over in that direction, I think there's a piece of me that don't want you to know that I'm looking at in your car, and I'm not looking in your car. I may be looking to see what your problem was, but for whatever reason, it's like face forward.
Okay. That's actually probably a good practice, maybe for like safe driving. I don't know. It'd be good that you don't do that.
I don't know what its practical application is. I just know that I can't do the shit, and I wish I could.
You wish I can't do the shit. Doing it. Yeah, I'd be looking all over if I feel like it.
Me too. But that's the worst when you you pull up by somebody and y'all lock eyes, and it's a dude, and he like, oh, let me shoot my shot, and you be like, no, please, that's not. I was just looking around. I didn't really make eye contact.
That was cute. Those are really quirky things. I don't know if I was ready for that.
Okay.
You got another one?
Yeah. Okay. Let me think. Quirky things. No, that's not really quirky. That's just clowning.
We'll say that one too.
No, I might have to store that one in case I can't think of the other three. Then we'll pull that one back out.
Okay, I'm gonna remember clowning.
Quirky things.
You know what I like to think of? Some things you do alone that you don't do around anybody else.
That's what I'm thinking about, and I don't know if I want to say this one or not because I don't have a problem.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't have a problem, but guys, I sniff coke at my leisure. Like, what? What?
Okay.
I just do 5 lines a day. I don't have an issue.
I just get a whiff of coke, and then my day is fine.
Every morning before work. That's all I do, guys. I don't know.
Just a nice deep whiff.
Okay, look at you bringing that back.
So you know when you wash clothes and you dry them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you know how like I don't know if like I guess they do because where else is he gonna go? But you know like how it has the filter that sort of catches the lint.
Mm-hmm.
I like to smell it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yo, no. Listen. I'm gonna break it down. First of all, your sense of smell. This is true. Your sense of smell is the strongest scent tied to memory. All right.
True.
When you smell things, you can usually remember certain things that went along with that. Right.
Go ahead. Follow us.
Yeah, we're going.
We're following you down this path because I know.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So those lints, the little lint film, it don't stink. It don't smell bad at all.
I'm sure it doesn't. It's clean clothes. I will hope.
But I think what it is for me is I used to. When my mom would wash clothes and dry them, she would like put all the clothes on the bed, and I used to like dive into them. And I think that's why I do. I don't do it all the time, but like sometimes, like if nobody be around, I'll pull it out, and I get a little sniff, and it's like, okay, cool.
Do you sniff? So
I
you
used to do
sniff?
that too when I was a kid.
Not
sniff, but I used to like get
jump
up under
into
the warm clothes. Yeah.
So you sniff, and then you ball it up, and then you throw it away. Is that your
Actually,
routine?
no. I just put the film like because the one that I use, like if I'm washing clothes in my mom's house or the film, it's like on this little tray thing. So I just slide it back in there and just put it back. I guess I could clean it. I guess I could.
Yeah,
you don't clean it.
Wait a minute, time.
No.
You don't clean it.
Tell it. Okay.
You're supposed to.
So you take it out, sniff it.
If I was washing clothes, if I washed it, yeah, like I'll take it out after it's done, sort of thing. Yeah, but sometimes I'll just like, and that's only if I'm taking the clothes out of the dryer. Sometimes I'm not ready to take the clothes out of the dryer, so it's like, let me just put this back in there.
So you sniff mid-drying as well?
No, the clothes be completely dry. I just don't feel like taking them out the dryer.
Oh, okay. Not like they're damp.
So you just want to go in and take a sniff and then be like, I'll be back later.
That's what's up.
That is what's up, though.
That's okay. Wow.
All right. So what are the other 3 things? Just 3 things about me in general?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I have an insatiable thirst for knowledge. I like to be in positions where I can learn new things about people. I have like just a passion for humanity. I'm an introvert, and I don't necessarily need to be around people, but I don't generally harbor ill will towards people. I generally want people to do good and be successful at whatever it is they do. And I want to believe that people in general are inherently good and something along the way makes them bad. I know that that's not always the case. So I'm not naive in that respect. I am full aware of, what turns a person or a person may not necessarily be inherently good. But it would just be nice if that was the case. I think that was 2 things I just gave you, so I got to give you a third.
That's good. I want to have to. Yeah. Go
ahead. Another thing about me. I mean, it's like, okay, all right, Corey, just pick something. Let me think. I'm trying to think of something that nobody else knows.
What you just reminded me of. Something that nobody else knows, or something that you've never said on a podcast, at least in any of the podcasts. What you just said reminds me of what you said on our episode when you talked about what did he say about like following? You said something about picking up something off the road because of
because certain things affect
domino
other people.
effect of certain decisions and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And we was like, nah, we wouldn't. We not that great.
Yeah, I was talking about how I was
You
talking
remember
about
when we
how
said
bottle,
if you
like
like
a
if
bottle or
there's
something
a
in the
nail,
road.
right? If a nail was in the street and you didn't pick it up, and somebody else drove over that nail and it bust their tire, and then that person gets thrown from the car
hit somebody else.
Yeah, I think
Right.
about stuff like that. I think about stuff like that.
Yeah. So that's it. That's all you got. Those 5 things or 4.5 things.
Well, I'm not going to cheat y'all. I'm going to give y'all a 6th one. I'm just trying to think of a really, really good one. Well, I've said that on the episode before, so I don't have to talk about that one. Damn.
Something you've never said on an episode. Dang. You done said everything about yourself in 30 episodes?
He be talking on these episodes. Acting like he don't be saying nothing.
Right. Okay, dang. If that's it, then.
That's great.
I'm trying to think of stuff that I want people to know.
No, tell people. No. We're going to get you out of your little comfort zone, sir.
Yeah.
All right.
Since everything is comfortable for you.
Yeah, it is. I don't want to cheat y'all, though. I'm really trying to give y'all the number 6. I really am trying to give y'all.
What was the clowny thing? Was that the thing?
Was it a Well, what you said? Family?
The clowning.
What clowning thing?
You said it wasn't really quirky.
Yeah, no. That wasn't it. I'll
no, we want to hear that one.
Yeah, we want to hear that one.
Go ahead.
No, I forgot that one.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Stop the lies. He did not forget. Cut it out.
I forgot that specific thing I had just told you.
Cease and desist, sir.
He really tried.
Cut it out.
About that, sir. Thing.
You tried it. You really tried it.
Anyways, go ahead and Mr. Clown. Was you clowning?
No, I just like everybody in my family is a clown. Everybody from my dog up, like everybody clowns. So I just another thing about what I do is I spend a lot of time cracking jokes on my parents. And I wouldn't do that. Like I get it. Like if people have parents and they're like, well, why would you do something like that? But you got to understand who my family is. Like they can take it, and if not, they gonna get these jokes anyway. So
real.
That wasn't really any comment. I don't give a shit. You know, to get them.
You're still gonna get these jokes. So
yeah, exactly. And it's like it'd be like real tough, like because. Like particularly with my dad, because he's such a sweetheart of a guy, but I remember a lot of times when he would crack jokes on me, so I really like just kind of like light in. I'm in a weird position right now because I think my dad likes my mom again, and so I'll be wanting to clown him about that, but I find myself more so in protective mode because I know she don't really like him like that. But
have you talked about that?
Not really. No, I haven't. I think with my parents, like they're at a point now where they are able to be friends again. And I was so convinced that my mom she ain't really into him until she started saying, "Why don't you call your dad over here for dinner?" What? Like y'all past that stage. Like my dad, I think he trying to fuck my mom's, and like I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know that I like that.
I don't know how you feel about it. How are you here, sir?
That's hilarious.
That's past tense. Like yo, like it's time to move on. Like yo, my dad is. I don't know if I'm supposed to be like, yeah, Dad, go for it, or if I'm supposed to be like, yo, that's my mom.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about my. It was easier when I was convinced my mom didn't like my dad, and so now I can crack jokes on her about it. but I want to crack more jokes on him. But like if it turns out she really like, I don't want to crush him.
Oh, I get you.
Because my dad, like even if he didn't have her, he'd still find like other women or whatnot. Like women has never really been an issue for him. But I think he kind of really want to get back in with my mom, and I don't really. It'll be cool on one hand, but I think I think everybody in that situation just need to keep their hands to themselves.
Well, the son has spoken.
True, but when back in the day when you were young, Corey, maybe Tommy wasn't on their side, so maybe Tommy.
I mean, if they really wanted to keep that kicking, they shouldn't have never split.
That is a very sensitive subject.
That is.
Like, so, I guess I'd rather.
I know you don't want your moms to get hurt.
You don't want your moms to get hurt, but you want your dad to win. You know, all that kind of stuff. Right. Hey, that's interesting.
I like between a rock and hard place.
I'm actually less concerned about her than I think she.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm less concerned about her.
You feel like she would break him?
Well, that's right.
I wasn't even trying to say it like that.
I'm sorry.
You go, Mom. That's what I'm
talking about. I'm sorry, I forgot whispering. People still never mind.
I don't know, right?
They can't hear you.
The podcast is if they're not listening. Like,
right?
We
can't hear you.
They just go rewind and turn the volume up.
Right? Like, what did Mo just say? Let me hit the little back 15-second button. Rewind 15 seconds and hear exactly what she just said.
And put my headphones in and turn it up.
Like, imagine the position that puts me in. I walk in, and then my dad kind of coming out like, what do I say to that? Like, because you don't live there.
You say nothing. You just be like, what's up? And you keep it moving.
I gotta pretend like I'm a kid again, and it's like, oh, okay, who cooking? Like, what's...
I mean, do you really want the answer of any question that you ask your dad? Right. Do you really want to hear him tell you? Yeah, me and your mom was in there. We was having I was doing the whiff in there with mama. Okay. Like, wait, time out. Cut it the fuck out. I did not want to hear all that.
We having a family meeting if that happens.
I have a question. No, because you're not the only child. How do your brothers and sisters feel? Don't you have plenty of brothers and sisters?
Yeah, so my little brother, we have different pops, different dads, and so.
Oh, okay.
But no, it's cool because everybody know each other. My older brothers is like they're grown, so they don't really have an opinion about it one way or the other. Their mom actually, she died when they were younger, but like for my little, like I imagine my younger brother would have. I didn't really consider his feelings in it, actually.
That's the real.
Yeah.
That's why.
I imagine it would be uncomfortable for him also.
Interesting.
I didn't really, yeah.
You didn't even think to ask, huh?
Right. How do you?
I'd be like, well, it looks like my dad really the one that won. I clown him about that, but other than that,
okay, competition. Okay.
Other than that, I guess I should ask him how he feels.
You mentioned. What'd you say?
I guess I should ask him how he feels.
That'd be good. That's some homework after this podcast.
How old is he?
Conversation with bro.
21. Just turned 21.
Oh yeah, he cognizant of what's going on.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know. So he might be in his own world at 21.
Right. He might have his own, things that he want to do.
He like, what? He had to be over here? I ain't never seen him. Right. I ain't never seen him come through. I try to pay attention.
So you mentioned that you always try to make sure that some people have fun. And you've had all three of us on the show. So, ladies, did y'all have a section of the show that was fun for y'all on the OTAP show, on y'all's episodes?
I think that I just really enjoyed how much more comfortable I was going to be. I was definitely one of the, we obviously all were, but I was definitely.
You were super nervous.
I was, yeah. And I always get nervous because I'm not a straight up quiet person, but I don't necessarily go out of my way to volunteer things audibly. Obviously on Twitter, I'm tweeting all damn day, but but I don't know. So I was nervous, but I had a good time, and people that my good friends listened to it and they said that they loved that episode. That was really exciting.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would say for my episode, definitely a singing. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, the duet.
Yes, the duet was Poppington. If you haven't heard it, move on over to episode 23. And listen to
episode 24. Go listen to
I think I already shared it.
And then episode 24 as well. And then go back around and hit 22 up. But yeah. But in all seriousness, I felt the same way as Shubie. I really felt comfortable talking to you. I was a little nervous because I'm in no way quiet, but I don't like to talk about myself a lot. I don't like to, revel on about what I got going on or what I'm doing I'd rather have a discussion about something else. And so I really was dreading it because I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to sit here and talk about myself for an hour. It's going to be pulling teeth. But it's really, you asked questions, but then you also just kind of led the conversation to where I would feel open about talking what you wanted me to talk about. So it wasn't like you were just badgering me and when did you lose your virginity? And when did you do this? And when did you do that? I was like, and that's what I was expecting, for you to just be hitting me with questions. But you were, like I said, you made it real conversational. So it was easy. It was very easy to talk to you, Corey.
Oh.
Right. Yeah. I think that's what I've noticed about a lot of your interviews. You say that everyone's nervous. I can't tell that anybody was nervous before.
Right.
I listened to the interviews that you do. So I think that's a real talent of yours. I think.
Thanks, ladies.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Don't ease up yet. Yeah, we still have more.
No, Corey. I think I think you kind of called out my fun part, or my quote unquote fun, because you actually called it okay, Monique, you got to loosen up. We're going to try to loosen you up a bit.
Yeah.
And you saw immediately, I was like, what you talking about? Relax. No, we're not finna do that. And you were like, no, we going to loosen up. So I think that was probably the fun part of my thing. Just seeing how people do pick up on how kind of, I don't think I'm uptight at all. I'm pretty chill, but you kind of called out how calculated and kind of, perfectionist I can be. And you're like, all right, so let's just talk about fucked up things that you've done. And I was like, holy shit, what? What?
Because you're really structured. And so in order to the fun element for you, I had to get you out of that structure.
Right. And
you're so used, you're very organized, and these are all great things. But I was like, okay, even when we were talking about doing the show, you were very meticulous, and I was just like, yo, just be cool. I got you. It's all good. Just relax. So I was like, okay, I know at some point if I haven't gotten her out of it, and we had a really good conversation. I was like, okay, if I haven't gotten her out of it, I'm going to have to make a point to get her out of that. To get her into a whole nother comfort zone, because I know you like to clown. I know it.
I do. I'll be clowning we all have our Twitter personas, if you will, but we be clowning on Twitter all day, all of us. I think you get a lot of our personalities, a lot of different aspects of our personalities online. I think that's the cool thing about Twitter. It's just rapid fire information from all types of brains and backgrounds and experiences, and so yeah, I like to clown every now and then, but when you put that on the show, I think that's where I was like, okay, so this is where you're trying to do the fun thing with, okay, Monique, you need to be fun because you always structured over here.
I think you enjoy it.
Yeah, it was fun. I think you still had a difficult time because I was still like, oh well.
You were trying not to, you were trying to find ways to not say fucked up shit that you've done. Because I don't know if you were just trying to put on this image, and I was like, nah, partner. You would crack a joke, and I was like, nah, is that the real answer? Yeah. So and that in itself, whether you gave the real answer or not, just that banter, that back and forth, that's fun. And so it broke up the monotony because we was like having a serious discussion about water.
Wow, I'm a monotonous ass nigga. Wow. No, I'm just kidding. But I think we're going to get into what you know about all these 30 episodes, right, ladies?
Shit.
Yes.
We are SMS Pod, and if anybody listens to us, it is about Black women in history. Shubie, say your little part that we say at the very beginning.
3 friends talking about things that affect our everyday lives.
That's what we do, Corey. So, I'm going to talk about the Black women that you've had on your show. Let's see how much you remember. Let's see how much you pay attention. Let's see how much you learning from these people that are supposedly supposed to be teaching everybody or telling them about themselves or telling everybody about who they are or why maybe that one tweet that they sent out, everybody shouldn't have blocked them for, because I know I did some of these people. But anyways, the first one is Diva Monroe to You Ho. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's Monroe.
So,
episode 2.
I think, ladies, we're going to play with it a little bit. But I guess for my 2 questions I'm going to ask about it is, 1, what did you learn from her? And 2, what did you not like about that episode?
All right.
And if you can't remember stuff, it's cool to say that too.
No, I remember this one pretty well. I learned that. So a lot of times, like with these, she's known for her stories and things like that. What I learned was that this is actually a life that she actually does live. Her experiences, these are things that she actually does go through or has gone through, which was really, because in the back of my mind, I'm piecing things from one part of the conversation together with another piece, just, for accuracy, checks and balances. It's a mental thing I do. And so I found that either these are things that she really does go through, and this is a life that she really has led, or she's really committed to this character. One of the two. And I think it's the former, just because of the amount of, like, there are things that she was able to detail with a certain amount of knowledge. And also some of the cooler things that I learned about it that I can't talk about it here, but there's some cool things that she's into in, her personal life and things that, in terms of her, her job and things like that she does that I think is really cool. So it just gave me another layer to her. One thing that I didn't like about the episode is I wish I would have dug a little bit deeper. So it seemed like she was really committed to one thing. I wish I could have, and I kind of kick myself over to this day, I wish I could have gotten her out of that and got into something a little deeper. The conversation was good. The information was good and I had fun. It was hella sound bites, but I wish I could have gotten something more from her out of that.
Outside of the Twitter story character.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Okay, cool.
Well, I want to know, what was your favorite moment of your episode with Nona? She's so sedity.
I really enjoyed the piece about just, her perspective on New Orleans and how those things have changed and things, New Orleans now versus pre-Katrina. But I really enjoyed, just from a personal standpoint, because she's a Saints fan. So I really enjoyed that banter.
Go Saints! We here.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what we're not going to do.
This is a Falcons damn.
Thank you.
Get out of here.
So I really enjoyed that portion of it, because we kind of had a little back and forth. And another thing I enjoyed was just her telling us about how she deals with, because she's pretty big in social media and she has kids that are into social media. So I enjoyed hearing that perspective about how her kids kind of deal with it. And I think her daughter has her blocked or something like that, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah, so her kids are old enough to be cognizant of what's going on social media. So
exactly.
And yeah, that's crazy. I just like listening to her talk.
Yeah, that was the other, like, just her accent alone.
I just like listening to her talk.
Follow each other on Snapchat. I really like her voice.
Right, I just be like,
I love New Orleans accents.
The gumbo incident, because I wanted to hear what happened with her coworker that stole her gumbo.
Oh my gosh, I think that's when I followed her too. Yeah. That's exactly when I followed her. And she had a voice too, and she was angry, and it was like, yeah, I like that one. That was good. Little Snapchat story. Is that all you want to know about She Says Diddy?
Oh,
Yes, just his favorite moment.
she mentioned like the start that she was going to be starting her podcast, and she started it, and it's doing really good. So I like that we was able to break that on my show.
Oh, that's really cool.
She's starting a podcast, you said?
It's already started. It's good. It's cool. She has like it feels like real music, and so
Feels like good music. Okay, cool.
And
Oh,
so
that's probably a fire podcast.
It is. So here's what she does. Like she talks about a lot of old school music and things like that, but she also has like a Spreaker channel where she just plays a lot of like old school hits, and it's like really, really good.
I'll have to check that out. That's really cool.
Feels like real music with Ebb and Red.
Yep, that's it.
What did you think about your conversation with Miss Jaya? Am I saying that right? Miss Gia?
Gia, yeah.
Miss Gia. So what did you take from that podcast? What did you take from that episode?
That she is a very hard worker, and she's not lazy at all. Not that there was ever a thought that she was lazy or that she wasn't a hard worker, but it's very evident that she is all about her grind. And I love that. And it's and the other thing is that, she was pretty open. I thought there were some things that she wouldn't have wanted to talk about, and so before the show, she's like, no, all of those things are fair game. So I really appreciate her for that. But just, another example of another black woman that just, the odds are against her, and she's on her grind, making it happen, and she's so excited about it. You know what I mean? So that's what I took away from it, and that's what I really enjoyed about her interview.
Do you feel like there was anything that could have been improved, like on your end during that interview? Do you remember anything that stuck out to you?
Let me think. No, not really. I thought that was a really solid interview.
That's good.
Yeah, I thought it was a really solid interview. I don't think there's anything that I changed about that.
Okay, so I guess you're paying attention to Young Black Woman a little bit. And we went back to
Well, you touched on that one.
Right.
I guess you know.
Right. What was your favorite? Let's see this, because we're going to see if you really with SMS Pod. What was your favorite black woman in history?
Ah, shit. Man, it's a lot of black women in history that like did amazing stuff.
Here's a little bit of here's a little bit of an out. You don't have to remember their names, but if you remember anything that someone did, because I have a problem sometimes with the names, but I remember like different things I've heard on this or we've talked about on the show.
Yeah, all right.
We got that a lot too. Yeah.
There was this one black woman that she like what she did. It was like really great, and I was like, man.
All right.
I was like, that's what's up.
That's a bet. So now I'm glad I asked that. Appreciate it.
Right. So people get into the black women in history and be shutting the podcast off. Y'all ain't low.
No, because
y'all ain't
honestly,
low.
Y'all ain't low.
And I think I told y'all this. I think I mentioned this to y'all. I really love that segment, but I don't write them down. It's like for the time I'm listening. Man, that's really cool. I told y'all should start a Twitter for just your black women in history.
Yes, you did tell us that, and I did run it by the girls, and we are going to do that because that's like, and I don't know how y'all feel about it, but that's like my personal favorite part. Like we kind of do this for fun and like for ourselves, and we love like recording every other week and whatnot. But like, as far as like a part of this show being like my baby, or part of it like that's really close to my heart, is that we do a Black woman history every week, and I feel like that separates us from a lot of other podcasts because I don't hear that in other shows. You know what I'm saying? Even as we talk about Black lives and Black women and marginalizations and all kinds of stuff, like just trying to make it like.
Yeah, like I love it. I just don't write them down usually because I'm not in a position that I can write it down.
Right.
So if you have the Twitter up, and the next time you ask me this, I could just run to the Twitter and be like, yeah.
That one.
Did you see this man just try to turn this around into he just made this a call out for us. Just make a list for me. So he just made this a call out for us. What y'all need to do is do better so that I can remember what y'all need to do.
whatever.
No, I think that's a good idea, though. How y'all feel about the Black women in history? I personally, I really
I
like
love
that.
it. I'm down for the for the Twitter.
Yeah. I'm like I said, I'll remember things like the one that stood out to me was the woman that kind of presented on being Black and a feminist. I can't remember her name for anything, but whenever I think about that, I think, wow, she was, operating like this in the 1800s.
I remember
that's the one I was talking about.
Oh, shut up.
Oh my God. The one that stood out for me, which is really easy. This is why you support him. We're gonna see. Beyonce was one of my favorites, honestly, because we talked about her the whole time. That was like a whole
Black whole podcast. Yeah.
Right.
Her too.
You could have right.
Oh yeah. That's what I was going. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say Beyonce. I was going to say
that. But the thing was, it's like I didn't want to be like Beyonce and then be like super obvious. You know what I mean? So that was too easy. So I was going to
So it was less obvious to ask us to make a whole.
Okay.
Right.
Boy, you really trying it. You really trying it with that. So. I guess we can wrap this up, but you talk a lot. I think this is something that you talk about a lot on Twitter, I think, or that you touch on a lot on Twitter, or that I'm always interested in not always interested in people's relationship statuses, but I like to hear about love stories and how people found each other, or, even how people broke up or why they broke up. Like, that's a thing that, like, we can all relate to, right? Like in this age group from here on out, like relationships in every aspect of life are important, intimate or not. So, what's something that you like about your relationship? Probably not your favorite thing. That's going to be a separate question, but what do you like about your relationship? What keeps you in this relationship?
I like the fact that she's tech savvy. I don't know that I've ever been in a relationship with someone that's tech savvy. And I didn't realize how underrated of a skill that is. And I kind of joked about it on Twitter. I don't have to woman-proof my TV. I can so like if my TV, if I've been playing a game and it's on input, I don't have to worry about you coming in and turning on the TV and panicking because there's not a picture showing. I know that she'll be able to figure out, yes, let me click
women were you talking?
Listen,
I was saying, what woman can't make it from input to the regular TV?
Because what it
can't go from HDMI to
what it is.
Really kind of low-key shaded.
Let me tell you what it is. Let me tell you what happened.
We won't judge.
What it is that they're so. It's not that they can't do it. They're so worried about messing something up, and so they don't want to touch it. Right. So it's like, if I push this, what if I can't? They get in their heads, what if I can't get it back? Or what do I do here? And I just broke his stuff. She don't have that. She has zero fear.
Now I just messed up your game. And
right. And she has a concept of save game. So if we're playing a game, she understands that, okay, if I can't save it, maybe I should just leave it on. Like, she gets that. So that's one of the reasons why I'm still with her, because
that's a pretty big deal. Okay.
that's the main reason y'all still holding on. She really know how to save game, bro. I just say I've never met a woman that know how to save game.
Bro, you know how women don't never be saving your game, bro.
Right. But this one, she a keeper. She save my game every time.
Not only can she do it, she understands. This is why I love Shayla.
You be saving my game.
I love you, babe. You stay saving my game. I swear.
Right. Come here.
Come give me a kiss. Oh yeah. Give me a kiss with your food. Let me come up here. Let me get a big whiff. Come here.
Whatever, man.
Y'all smell it.
I'm done.
Y'all smell it. Anything y'all want to ask him about relationships? I mean, because I'm going to say this. Y'all really, y'all talk very confidently about your relationship. Both of you. From what I've seen. I haven't seen everything. But from what I've seen, y'all talk about y'all's relationship very confidently. Y'all seem to be on the same wavelength. Mm-hmm. And do you feel like you all do that to help others too, to kind of be confident in themselves? Or do you feel like people are listening to y'all? Do you like the conversations that come from that? Do you ever get any, what is it, lashback?
Backlash.
Backlash. There it is. Is it back? You get any backlash about that?
I mean, I don't. We certainly don't. We certainly don't do it for the reverence of other people. We're just very confident in the foundation that we have, and so we aren't afraid to speak about it confidently. We don't make a point to do so as a form of this is the example and this is what it should be. It's really not that. It's just if we were on Twitter or if we were sitting right next to each other, that's the way that conversation would go. It's not formatted a certain way for other people.
Performative.
Yeah, exactly. So we haven't really gotten. I know I haven't. I don't think she has either because we would have surely had a good laugh about it. I don't think we've gotten any backlash about the confidence that we have in our relationship. We do understand that, while and you should be confident in what you have. You should be. But we understand that there are people, just by the nature of how fucked up people are, that are waiting for that one moment to be like, oh, I thought y'all were such and such, such and such. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or,
they're
waiting for that downfall. So we get that. We're not worried or concerned. We just understand that that's just kind of how the world works.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess that also would come with, but I guess that also would come with, like you said, with being so open about it. That is the kind of thing you would have to expect. But at the same time, it's kind of like, well, we still want to be open with our relationship. We're not going to let that hinder us in any shape, form, or fashion. We don't care if y'all going to hate. The haters, they're going to hate. The players, they're going to play. Ballers, they're going to ball.
And I didn't think you get backlash for the confidence, just backlash in general, because I think, it's we've talked about it briefly and we can go to the next subject, but just talking about, your intimate relationships in front of, on a public forum in front of a bunch of people. I mean, I remember a conversation. I remember particularly one thing that Shubie said during the conversation too. She said, those of you that say, oh, well, I'm glad I'm at the game, I don't even have to go through that, and are just as annoying or just as unhelpful as the other people always trying to dictate how to do things, or, being all like, oh, this is how we do it. Because that's what you're saying. Like, we're not doing it so much for the acceptance.
We're not telling you how to live your relationship.
Right. And I don't get that from y'all. But I think there's some times where people just kind of do a lot. And I was wondering if you ever have perceive that you do a lot, or you feel like you do a lot, or you just kind of do what's comfortable for you, because as much as it is just Twitter and as much as it is just, saying things that you want to say and how you feel at whatever given point in time, people are still receiving it regardless. And so I just was wondering if you ever thought about how people receive what you're doing, or if it's really just you say what you want to say.
No, not really. I think in general for her tweets are usually taken out of context a lot, and you know what I mean.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but not really. And when it comes to something like that, we haven't really gotten anything of you guys are doing so. I think earlier in the beginning, when people were kind of still getting used to the idea, and by people I mean people that may have still had an affinity for one of us. In that regard, you know what I mean? So they have to come to terms
we're getting to some juice
with the fact that, whichever one of us they were interested in is no longer on the market. So, we would see some of the comments of, you say something blocked, or, they say they're going to block you, or you say something and it's like, they're so bothered by the affection, that sort of thing, and so that they were visibly disturbed. Yeah, and that's kind of what our approach was. We weren't looking for those things, but if we happen to see it, then
notice it.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that was about it. The funny thing is, none of it was really ever directly at us, directed towards us. You just kind of catch it in passing, but no one's ever come to us and be like, you guys are, not seriously anyway. Like, we have our friends that joke with us, but, no one's really come to us and be like, yeah, could y'all tone it down, or, it seems, that sort of thing. So nothing like that's ever happened.
That's cool. So you had to basically type of text to the girls that you used to see, Then you'd see everyone around town.
Yeah,
I was about to say CC'd every girl that you
so far.
CC'd.
So
is that what you had to do?
Yeah, but see, I sort of did that. I started that process before she and I got together because I knew she was.
I call that the buffering zone, and I definitely agree.
Yes, we did talk about that, and that's respectable as
that is very
showing up.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yeah. Yes, you got to buffer these folks.
Yeah,
out.
you gotta get them out. You gotta
go. I definitely eliminated like 98% of the population. Like there were a few strays that were still like left, but they were. We kind of eased those on out. And I'm sure it was the same. Actually, I know it was the same for her because we've had that conversation. So,
yeah. Well, that's beautiful that y'all each found somebody that's worth buffering everybody else out.
That was worth dropping y'all hoes. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
that's really all you want. If somebody that makes you drop your hoes, that's all.
Shayla? Okay, here we go.
That's what love is. Dropping the hoes. Right. If you can make me drop the hoes, that's love.
Everything is whole relative.
I think she had maybe a harder time with it because I think that there was probably still some business that needed to be taken care of in one fashion or another. And I've said this ain't nothing I hadn't said to her. I think on both of our parts there was still just a little bit more hoeing we had to do before we could go ahead. So I think
before y'all was ready.
Well, that's real. And it is a little bit harder for women because we got so we got to make sure
enough of that.
Really, right. We got to really
and scene. That's enough.
It's okay. It's okay if she had a harder time. I understand.
I get it. Like it's probably a little bit harder when you're dealing with men as opposed to when you're dealing with women. So I get it. And then there was like a couple that kept. So I get it. Nothing that I was upset about. As you just need to figure this shit out. Hurry up.
Right. I feel like there's a bunch of story behind that, but we gonna go to the next thing.
We're gonna let you live. We'll save that story for the second anniversary.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll say that bit of tea for the second anniversary.
Okay. Cool.
Right. I wanted to get watching today.
Well, okay, Corey. Well, we want to end your anniversary on a happy note, on a good note. So it's time for Shay's game time. Everybody. Shay's game time. Shay's game time. Shay's game time. Shay's game time. All righty. I know y'all excited. It's all right. Y'all can stifle. Okay, stifle, kids. It's okay. I know you're excited. It's okay. Yes, right. Slow it down. It's cool.
I want to do the Jamaican horn. Do the horn.
Bum, 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 bum. Shay's game time.
Shay's game time.
All right. And so, in honor, I know that you love music. We had our own special duet together that I still think about daily. It's just a very important part of my life.
Absolutely.
So, the game we're going to play is called Name That Song.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a couple of lines from a few popular songs. I have 7 popular songs. Shubie and Mo, y'all are welcome to play too. We can see who can come out on top. Who can come out on top?
So chorus between you and Shubie. I'm gonna be timing. Y'all got house.
Shayla, between me and okay.
Right. They have 30 seconds. 30 seconds to think of the song.
No.
Okay. We'll say 10. We'll say 10 seconds.
15. Okay,
15 seconds.
Okay, 15
seconds too. Clearly, I did not have the rules for Shayla's game time prepared, but that's okay. It's okay. We're good. We're going with the flow. Okay,
so
we're
gonna take his little sweet time.
We'll get y'all 15. I guess.
So I'm team Black, but we'll see who wins.
Is there a certain genre or time frame, or is this like?
Well, there is a certain tip that I'm going to give you guys. Okay. Every song title has the word "party" in it.
Oh,
okay. In celebration of your anniversary.
Okay.
It's going to be a party. All right.
And
okay,
Shayla,
so here's the first song.
If nobody gets 15 seconds, are you just going to go to the next one?
I'm going to say the title and then go to the next one.
And then go to the next. Okay, cool.
Yes. Okay.
This is about to be bad because I just told y'all I don't know names, but okay, let's do it.
But it's really not that. It's not that hard.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Number 1, you can't keep your hands off me. Touch me right there. Rock my body.
Body
I
party.
can't keep my hands off you. Your body is my party.
Should we got it? Body party?
Yeah.
Well, Shubie won that one. Ding, 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 ding.
Shubie, you need to do all that
Points for
well.
Shubie.
Wait, am I supposed to do something to say it first? Am I supposed to go me or something?
Yeah, you got to buzz.
Okay, I'll buzz.
Yeah, hit your buzzer. Okay, hit your buzzer.
Okay.
We're learning as we go. It's okay, guys. Okay.
You'll stop
Okay.
whenever you hear a buzzer, Shay, okay?
Okay, so that was just practice round.
Okay.
Are you ready for? Are you ready for real now, Corey?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Be ready to buzz. Sure. All right.
Alrighty. I don't know if you'll know this one, but we will try it. You missed 2 classes and no homework, but your teacher preaches class like you're some kind of jerk. Your pops caught you smoking and he said no way. That hypocrite smokes 2 packs a day.
15 seconds, go.
Oh shit.
Fuck.
I can't give you the chorus because then you'll know the song. So.
Yeah, do the chorus.
I can't give you the chorus because then you'll know the song.
5,
Okay.
4, 3.
No, wait. You said it got
2.
party. It got party. Okay, all
It's
right.
got party in it.
And no. It just came to me.
Okay.
That's it. That's my sound. That's my sound.
Okay, go.
You got to fight for your right
Oh.
to party.
Ding, 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 ding.
Good job.
That is correct. The correct answer is "Fight for Your Right to Party" by the Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
There we go.
Cool.
Okay.
Alrighty. You ready for number 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. Everybody's waiting for me to arrive. Sending out the message to all of my friends. We'll be looking flashy in my Mercedes Benz. I got a lot of style. Check my gold diamond rings. I can go for miles if you know what I mean.
Pink,
Oh,
get
shit.
the party started.
Yes.
Good job.
Who said that? Is that Corey?
Oh, my bum. That's me. That's my sound.
I was like, you got a bum.
My bad. Bum.
I was like, wait, did I?
Oh, you got a glove, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pink, get the party
Ding,
started.
ding,
I
ding.
love that jail.
That's 2 for Corey.
Oh, I'm about to
Shubie.
lose. See, I
You gotta catch up. You did start strong.
You got 4 more.
Okay.
Yes, I have 4 more. Okay. Here we go. Okay. I step in the club, rolling up that loud shit. My weed keep your security saying be quiet. My bread's starting to riot. Your girl getting excited.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, wanna try it.
Buzz,
I'm like, Buzz, Shubie.
It's a party. It's a party. It's a party.
I need the correct title.
No, damn it, Waka.
or the artist. You can give me the artist.
Waka.
Can I interrupt her?
Yes. Ding, 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 Shubie.
No. She got to say the name, right?
She said she gave me the artist. She gave me the artist.
No.
We'll see if Corey gets the name. Corey, what's the name?
So is Grove Street Party.
It is Grove Street Party by Waka Flocka.
Yeah.
I
half
don't
and
know
half.
name.
So we
Okay, yeah, we'll give Shubie half
Half and
point.
half. Yeah, Shubie gets half.
Yeah,
for
so
that.
it's 2.5 to 1.5. All right. Okay, Shubie, you better get this one.
I know, right? This is so
Right.
embarrassing. Okay, go.
Okay. I may be young, but I'm ready to give you all my love. I
Buzz.
told my girls you can get it.
Buzz,
Shubie.
okay. Oh, baby, and better. Wait, hold on. See, damn it, mine. Oh my gosh.
Bum, bum.
Like, Beyonce, please don't get mad at me. Okay.
Yo, you don't even.
No. I need to have all the time because this will make me so sad.
You got like 5 seconds left.
Young, but I'm ready. Okay.
You got.
Oh my gosh. I'm totally blanking right now. This is so awful.
3.
Because
Come
we
on.
like to
I know Lance.
We like to party. Oh my god.
There you go.
party.
We like to party.
It's just called party.
Oh, okay. That's why I was like, why am
Yeah,
I?
it's just called party.
I
She don't get a
almost
point.
cried, y'all.
She don't get a point because she don't even know the name.
Sorry, my fellow Beyonce sister has to get a point for that one. She gets a point. She was trying so hard.
I was. That was stressful.
She was trying. She was trying so hard.
Did you know the name of the song, Corey?
Yeah, I knew the name of the song.
That's not true.
That is. Wow.
I'm unsure.
I'm calling you out because I feel bad.
Shayla, we gonna deliberate after these last two shows.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
I know the song and the album that was on.
What album?
It was on.
What album was it on?
It was on.
Okay. All right. You better come through with the facts. But anyway, come through. Come through. Oh my God. All righty, number 6. This is also crazy. Everybody seems so famous.
Oh,
my tummy's turning, and I'm
the USA. I don't know why I knew that one. Oh, Beyonce, I done slapped him. You come through with the Miley Cyrus, but you ain't know the Beyonce.
Right.
We're sorry, Beyonce. Okay, this is the last one. Wait.
Y'all are tied. Since the Beyonce one is limbo. So whoever gets this one, Corey, you better come through. Whoever gets this one wins the whole thing.
Okay.
Make it a good one, Shay.
Okay, you ready? She on my job, non-stop when we're at the spot. Booty moved away like she owns the block. Where I drink, I got to know. Tight jeans, tattoos, cause I'm rock and roll. Half black, half white, domino. Shubie.
Pretty like a rock star. Okay. Go ahead.
I'll keep going.
Okay.
Half black, half white, domino. Gang the money, Oprah dough. Yo, I'm running through these hoes like Drano.
Shit.
I got that devilish flow, rock and roll.
Corey?
I know what this is.
Corey?
I know what this is.
Yes, Corey.
Corey? Yes.
This is Party Rock Anthem. LMFAO.
Ding, 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 ding. Party rock is in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time.
This is why I'm having a bad memory when it comes to
names. Right? You said that.
Well, I'm sorry, Shubie. It looks like Corey is the Name That Song champ. And you get some more Jamaican horns.
If you haven't finished lyrics, I can win.
Yes! Yes! Come through, Corey.
That was good, Corey. Good job.
That was good. Good job, Zach.
Such a great competition, guys. I appreciate you for participating.
Shake hands. Good sportsmanship.
Dap it up. Do the Russell Westbrook dance and dap.
Oh, that was
Knock
so
everybody
funny.
He's like, nigga, move. Try to dap here.
Yeah, he's getting paid. You're not about to interrupt that dance. So thank you, Corey.
Well, thank you for having us, Corey. Happy anniversary.
Thank y'all for coming on. This was a lot of fun. Thanks. This is wow.
We had a lot of fun.
I'm like really grinning from ear to ear right now. Jesus.
You sniffing ass nigga. Thank you so much.
Take a whiff of everything ass nigga. Face ass.
Oh, sniffing ass nigga.
That's so funny to me. Oh my God.
Oh man.
2 out of your 6 facts were about smelling stuff.
Right. Fact number 1, I like to smell the laundry. Fact number 2, I like to smell my food. Fact number 3, I like to smell random hair. Like what?
Yeah, whatever.
Nigga, that was 3 quirky things. You know what's funny? You know what's funny that you said that? That about the scent being like the most tied to memory. I don't know how to correctly say that term because the other thing I know about scent,
strongest scent tied to memory.
Most closely tied to your maybe the memory part of your brain or the part of your brain that stores memory. But scent is also the most adaptable or the most the weakest scent of yours. So when you smell something. And you smell something really foul, you after a while of being in that room, you won't smell it as strongly anymore because your body gets accustomed to it. So it's also the weakest sense that you have.
Yeah, you sort of get desensitized to it.
I learned that from criminal investigations and stuff. So like you smelling the crime scene or whatever really, like you can get accustomed to the smell of like really bad things or really good things or whatever. It's not as strong. When somebody like walks by and smells a perfume, if you stay around them, it's not like continuously strong. Mm-hmm. That was cool. But then it's also most strongly tied to memory, which is cool.
Yeah. It's got like 2 things working for it. So that's what's up.
Yeah, that's all I got. That's what's up. Thank you, Corey, for having us on OTAP Show. And yeah, I think we should put this one up on.
I think this is a really good episode. Y'all should do it. Y'all should put it up. Y'all should put it up as y'all episode.
Maybe we'll do a bonus episode. Maybe not yet. Maybe we will. We'll see. Thank you so much for having us on the show. Thank you for choosing us to interview you. Finally, we get to learn about you and how much you smell things. Really, you'll have to share some of your favorite scents with us, on Twitter. Maybe start a blog about smelling. I don't know.
Wow.
But
yeah,
this was Mo.
Yeah, you're not living this down.
Wow.
Right. This was Mo. Thank you guys so much for listening. Short Message Podcast in the building. We are SMS Pod on Twitter. ask.fm/SMS Pod to ask us questions. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. You can also
subscribe
email
on
us
iTunes.
Questions and comments to shortmessagepodcast@gmail.com. And I am Shay. And Shubie's here somewhere.
Maybe, potentially. We don't know if she's here.
Shubie mad because she lost? She left?
I'm here.
Mister.
We try to come for you, Shubie. Sorry, I got
I know, I'm here. Whatever. Just because my brain is totally dead. And
I'm so tired.
Yeah, we will have to try this again some other time.
Can't never just lose, huh? Can't never just lose. It's got it. Okay.
Oh Lord, I'm a very kind loser, even though I rarely lose things. So. Anyway.
But no, we were just closing out, Shoes. Do you have any closing words?
I love this episode. That's
awesome.
And I am Corey. You can follow me on Twitter for those of you listening on the SMS Pod Network. That's what I'm going to call it right now, the SMS Pod Network. For those of y'all listening to their show and you're listening to this episode, I am Corey. You can follow me on Twitter @TheRealShitty, or you can follow the show's Twitter @OTAP Show. Do I have yes, @OTAP Show. Find the show on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher. We are now on Google Play Music, so if you have an Android device,
that is cool.
The podcast tab is up. You guys should be able to find it on there. Just search OTAP Show wherever you listen to podcasts.
Nice, very nice,
very nice.
Yes, follow us on SMS Pod.
Yeah, follow us SMS Pod. DM us things you like to smell. Whatever. We don't know.
No biggie.
Whatever.
DM us your favorite song with party in the title.
Right. And you can laugh at me there for forgetting so many things.
Right. Well, definitely, interact with us. We love interacting with our listeners, and I'm sure y'all know Corey does too. So
yeah,
we enjoyed. Thank you.
Adios.
I'd like to thank our guests for coming on today. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show, send an email to otap@writeme.com. Follow the conversation on Twitter by searching the hashtag OTAP, that's OTAP, or following us on Twitter @OTAP Show. You can find the show on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Android users can listen to the podcast on Podcast Republic. Just download the app and search OTAP Show. On behalf of our guest, I'm your host, Corey, and I'll see you back here next week on the Air Podcast, starring you.